Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Cancer. So Cancer, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So Cancer, today I feel like in your reading there is this energy of self-compassion. And I was just wondering if this is just for me, being a Cancerian myself, or if this is something that is meant for the Cancerian collective. And I feel like this could be useful for anyone who needs like this self-hug, this self-embrace right now. Because I feel like there is this overall energy of not really believing what you know to be true to yourself. And I feel like the encouragement of this reading today for you is just to reassure to you that you are already heading in the right direction. It's like you already are going towards this vision you know to be true to yourself. Although there are a little bit of, roadblocks or hiccups or moments where you doubt the choice that you're making to keep on heading in this direction that feels true to you, because you know that you are meant to reach a place or a territory or a landscape or like a mental landscape that you know this to be true because you feel it in your heart. So throughout the message today, just keep that in mind, the self-compassion, right? Be compassionate towards yourself, Cancer. Okay, we're beginning with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords gave me this very gentle affirmation. You know, the Ace of Swords can be a very sharp truth sometimes. And, when somebody is very honest with us and really gets to our core, it can be very harsh sometimes. But this Ace of Swords for you, because of this overarching theme of being self-compassionate, it's coming through as a gentle truth, because what I heard was, Cancer, you already know that you are going in the right direction. You already know it, right? You are heading towards something that you know to be true to you. It's like you've seen it, you have sensed it, you have received vision, you have received like some sort of intuitive guidance. So you know this to be true, even though I feel like you still cannot see it. It's kind of like walking through a landscape that is filled with dune or like mountains of, like, not literal giant mountains, but like hills, right? Or like it's a very it's kind of like this very flowy landscape. It's not a flat place. It has like these gentle ups and downs, and maybe we're talking about like these fluctuations of, mental stability, or like this belief in this truth, in this guidance, that it's like you're going in the right direction, Cancer. And you're going in the right direction because it's like you know this to be true, right? It's important that you know this to be true in your core. And I feel like there is no hurry in getting there, although again, it's like there is like this slowing the pace, because whomever or whatever you're going towards, the King of Swords is waiting for you. And it seems like you have, because you see here how the ace, it's exactly like this lock, right? It's like the keyhole, right? It's like to your key. So you have the key, you have the vision, you have the truth that you're being guided by, and you know that you're reaching this territory, which could be, a mental state, or even like an actual person. That is like, because the first way that I saw the King of Swords was what I heard was the King of Swords is waiting for you, Cancer. That's the reason why you know that you're heading in the right direction, because it's like when this key that you're holding within you, within your psyche, within your consciousness, within your mind, reaches this keyhole, it's like you know that you will have like this clear entrance, you will have this open gateway, right? It's like you will be able to unlock this mind of the what I heard was the mind of the magician, not the magician, the King of Swords. But the more that I was sensing into this King of Swords, it felt like the crown was like, you know, the walls of a city, kind of like, you know, a middle age type of city or castle or land, right? Piece of land. And the King of Swords is kind of like the head, the authority, the leader of this territory. But it's almost like it's like you have to get into their territory or into their mindscape, perhaps, before you get to know them. And it's almost like you know that you're heading that way. It's like you haven't seen the gates, you haven't seen the walls, but you know this to be true because, as I said, it's like you're walking in this terrain that it feels like it has like a few like hills, like, so it's almost like you're now in a phase where you cannot see much because there is kind of like this roadblock, and the roadblock is here, right? That's the reason why I'm emphasizing this, but it's not impossible to overcome it, because what you see, it's kind of like this pinnacle, right? It's almost like this landmark that it's like, you know that you are heading in the right direction because you can see just a glimpse of what is like the highest point of this King of Swords, whatever you understand by the highest point, right? Maybe it's like the higher self of this higher of this King of Swords, right? It's like whatever is elevated in this, about this destiny, about this person, about this place that you're heading towards. It's like you can see that. So that is your guiding light, that it's just, you know, reaffirming to you, Cancer, that you are in the right direction because you know this to be true, because you have something that is perfectly fitting for opening this gateway, opening this crown, opening the mind of this person. It could be even like you have something that is incredibly significant for the King of Swords themselves. It's like, or for this place, for this terrain, for this landscape, right? Or for, you know, these people who are inhabiting this landscape. Because it seems like it's almost like you're bringing truth, but about the place, about the person. I don't know exactly if that could be like, I'm trying to see how practical that could be translated to, you know, our world or to this realm. But I feel like there's more to it. It's not just about knowing the truth, right? Or seeing the truth and being guided by the truth, is feeling it, because the Ace of Cups is here. Now, if you see, there is kind of like this arrow pointing up with the Ace of Swords, and then the arrow pointing down with the Ace of Cups. What this is talking to me about is that I feel like there is a little bit of a disconnection between your mind and your heart at this moment. Because of this, it's almost like maybe you want to have a clear view of this gateway, and it feels like it's behind this hill or behind your capacity to see, right? Here you receive vision, but it's not a full, complete vision, or it hasn't yet materialized, so you don't have, it's like you only have the outline, you don't have, it's like you only see the walls, you cannot see what's behind or what's inside this terrain, this new territory, right? So it's almost like you can see, if this is a person, it's like you have a clear vision of like their, what is the word? Their silhouette, right? But it's like you don't have clear vision about who they are or their names or where they are. It feels a little bit blurry, and it's because it's like you have to get a little bit closer so that it's like your heart will be ignited by the truth. Because what you find when you unlock So, but you have to be, you know, right by the walls, right by the gates, right, to open up this vision. So it feels like right now you haven't yet arrived there, right? Especially because the Five of Cups is right after this Ace of Cups. So the fives, to me, they talk about the X on the map. And I feel like you sense in your heart, but it's only when you get there that you feel like you really, really arrived. Like, because what this Five of Cups is talking about is arriving in a place where your heart belongs. So it's almost like that saying, right? Home is where your heart is. This is what it feels like, because it's still in the sword suit, and it's only when you cross this boundary or when you cross this threshold and you are on the other side of this vision. So it's not just a silhouette, or it's not just, you know, this one landmark that is showing you the way towards it. It's like once you're on the other side, once you have a clear vision of who this is or what this is when you know that there is something for you in there, because there's something about the two polarities. It's like you have one polarity, but it's like you have to get the other half, right? It's like when you feel like your heart is ready to settle, or like not settle down, but it's like when you feel at ease, when you feel at home, right? Your heart is at home. This is what these two cards are talking about. It's like you have this perception that you have arrived, right? So all of these cards here at the beginning, what they're giving me is like this reassurance so that you don't disbelieve this truth, right? It's like, keep believing. You know it already inside of you. It rings true to your mind, and it also rings true to your heart. You know this is something that is worth pursuing, because it's like, it's almost like searching for home, right? Searching for a place where it's almost like it feels like here when you arrive, yes, it might be very new, but it's also going to feel so familiar that it's like it's going to be easy and even like quick to just settle in, to feel like you can just breathe and relax, right? Just like when you are arriving home after a long day, right? And it's like you just sit down on a couch and it's like just this cozy feeling of just like relaxing. This is how I'm feeling these, right? So it's like this reassurance that this is also true. It's not just the fact that it's like, yes, you cannot see this. It's like you can just sense it in your heart, and you know this to be true because you've seen it, but you've seen it in a very partially clear way, right? It's not entirely clear, because it's like you have the key. So it's like the key, and it's interesting because it's like so this is so interesting. I'm just receiving now. The moment that you having this key, it's like the moment that you unlock this, which feels like opening up the crown of the King of Swords. If this is a person, or if this is a person that you're going to meet in a specific place where you feel like you belong, it's like they're going to open up also their heart, and in exchange, it's like it's going to make you feel so at ease with them, right? It's not going to feel awkward, or it's going to feel gentle, even though maybe they are known for their logical mind, right? Even if they are seen as a very respected person, like communicator, right? A very intelligent mind. But it's like the capacity that you have to unlock a piece of truth that you're carrying, that you know to be true to you. It's also a true, like it's coming through as like a true validation for the King of Swords. It's almost like they were waiting, or this place was waiting to be unlocked by something that it's like it really matches, right? It really matches. It's like it's a specific key that you have, Cancer, that opens up their heart. And because it's like both of you are very complementary, you see, it's like you're bringing one perspective, like this upward, maybe elevated truth, right? And then it's like because they have been waiting, it's like they are more grounded, right? They're pointing down, so they are settled. So that's the reason why I feel like this Five of Cups is also reassuring that the moment that you reach this, or that you meet this King of Swords, it's like you're going to feel like you are able to just relax, right? So this is one part of the message here. The other part, the bottom row here, is talking about where you are right now, which I feel like it's a tricky situation because there is indeed a roadblock which feels perhaps overwhelming to you, because it's putting you in this place of making a choice, and it's not a simple choice. It's dealing with freedom. The Fool here is talking about freedom, but what I heard was freedom in a choice of three, which is weird, right? If we think of a choice, we often think of choosing between one or the other, right? Left or right, or, whatever you want to think, right? Like this duality. But here, because you see here how the Fool has, three hanging, whatever this is called, it feels like it is connected to this pinnacle, to this higher reference, this higher landmark that you can see, that is keeping you moving forward, moving in this direction, right? That to be true to you, because you can see it. Even from afar, it's like a tiny little glimpse. It's enough, because you know that what's beneath it is something that is true, right? You can feel it in your heart. You can see it in your third eye. But the moment that you are here, stuck in a hard place, I want to say, because it's like being so free that you don't know what to do with your freedom, essentially, is that, right? It's like, that you need to keep on moving forward. You know that the right direction is ahead of you, but because this terrain, until you get to this new territory, is so wavy, is so flowy, is so full of ups and downs, not dramatic ups and downs. As I said, I don't feel like, because, this is not such a high landmark. So if it was like, a terrain that, had gigantic mountains or anything like that, it's like you wouldn't be able to see this higher point. So I don't feel like you're going through like these intense ups and downs, right? Emotional, perhaps, even like mental or emotional and heartfelt ups and downs. And it's not about that. I feel like you have that under control in a sense, because it's like you've seen it, you feel it, right? So you are in tune in a way, not entirely. As I said, there is a little bit of this dissociation happening because you're doubting, but you're going ahead. It's like, it's not like you're stuck. Yes, you are momentarily stuck, because it's like you realize that you're so free, Cancer, that you don't have just this choice between two things. It's like there is a third option, right? And the third option, which is like this middle one, right? It's not, going this way or that way. It's like there is this third way that is blocked. And it's almost like you're questioning perhaps yourself. If you're so free and you choose the third option, why is it being blocked? Why is this hill in front of me not being not allowing me to see clearly this King of Swords, right? Or this territory, or this person? Maybe because it's not just about moving ahead and just keeping on going and trusting what you've seen, but it's also grounding your heart where you are, right? Because the more that you do so, the more that you're aligned between mind and your heart. It's like the lower these differences between the top of the mountains and the valleys are going to be. So it's like the imbalance will flatten a little bit more, not completely, but it will lessen difference between the highs and lows, right, of this path. And so it's almost like the more mind and heart are balanced, it's like the more you're going to be able to see clearly, right? So you're questioning right now, if you're so free, if I'm so free, why the option that I'm choosing, right, consciously, with all my heart, with all my mind, why is this being blocked by the Seven of Wands? Because the Seven of Wands feels like a pile of leaves, or like, you know, almost like a fallen tree, or something that it's not supposed to be there. It feels like it just got blocked. I don't know what that means exactly, but it doesn't feel like a permanent block. It feels like something, you know, maybe there was a storm, and right now your third option, your middle path, is blocked. And it's not a matter of you realizing that you're not free. You are free. But it's like, if you want to go this middle way, it's like you have to see beyond the overwhelm, beyond the shock, beyond the surprise of, you know, seeing this roadblock. The Three of Cups ending this reading is talking about, it's talking about choosing the third path, no matter what, right? The three talks about co-creating. And this specifically talks about co-creating from the heart, which you are already in tune. But it's almost like, again, in order to balance out the upward energy and the downward energy, right? It's like so that the difference between the highs and lows are less impactful in terms of your vision, in terms of what you can see ahead of you, right? So that you can keep believing. It's not, maybe you are questioning your vision, maybe you are questioning what you're feeling, but it's like, you know that you have free will. So therefore, it's like your choice of three is also co-creating from the heart space. So this is also true, right? So even though we are in a reality that usually just presents us with, you know, this or that, there is a third way, and it's almost like independent of any roadblocks. Because again, as I said, it doesn't feel like a fixed or permanent roadblock. It doesn't feel like something that you would, it's just like this maybe unfortunate timing, right, of this falling in front of you right now. Maybe this is how you're thinking, right? Like, how unfortunate of me, you know, right when I'm just about to go through this path. It's like the choice that I'm making, which is, you know, the choice of going through the middle, right, between these two cups. So it's almost like it's making me think now, this Three of Cups, because it's like you're this one here, and there are two cups here, right? The two of Cups in a sense, right? So it's maybe, you know, deciding to stay with somebody or not stay with somebody, or, you know, choose between one person and the other, or like your love life or your mental health. You know what I mean? It's like being split between two things, but because you know that you're free and you have free will to choose a third thing, it's like it doesn't need to be going this way or the other way, because it's like you can go through this, and you can go without feeling the overwhelm if you realize that this is, it's almost like it's nature, right? Things happen. It's like, this is life, right? Things happen. It's not meant to punish you or meant to make you question your free will. It's just a matter of you seeing that despite the roadblock, it's like you can still go down this middle path, choose this kind of like neutral way instead of this or that, right? So, and this could be also something that is very nourishing to you, right? Knowing that you are co-creating, even though at first you're being pushed to see something as a negative occurrence, a negative moment, a negative interruption of your path. So this is also where the compassion comes in, right? Because perhaps you do have people, because sometimes I see the Three of Cups as friends, right? So maybe you do have friends that are encouraging you. Maybe if you have like, you know, a partner and, you know, friends, it's like two groups that are here, right? And maybe you are divided between the two of them, right? Because you want to please them, because you love them, because you care about them. But they're reassuring to you that you don't have to, it's like going down this middle path is not denying them. This is what this is saying, right? So this is almost like reassurance from people who love you that you're co-creating with them when you are going down a path that you know to be true. And it's also, it's like you're receiving compassion from them, and therefore you can exercise this with yourself by following your heart, which is showing you this freedom in this choice of three, right? So again, it's not excluding or denying the two cups, right? It's not a matter of leaving them aside. It's like you're just choosing a neutral path, like a free path to go beyond the roadblock. So, believe in yourself, Cancer. This is true. You can feel it. You know it, right? I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.